Once upon a time, in a peaceful little city, there lived a princess unlike any other. She didn't care much for gold or gowns, nor did she long for grand parties or royal attention. Her heart beat for her people, especially those in need. Every morning, she would dress simply and walk through the city streets. She smiled at every face, listened to every voice, and helped wherever she could. She carried food in her satchel, medicines in her basket, and kindness in her eyes. When children ran to her, she knelt to their level. When elders needed support, she held their hands. And when the broken-hearted wept, she sat silently beside them. People began calling her something more than princess. They called her the Queen of Hearts, not because of her birth, but because of her beautiful soul. The city, once ordinary, had begun to shine, because the light of compassion was walking its streets. Script 2, the one who shared the pain as days passed. The princess's name was whispered with love in every corner of the city. She had become a symbol of hope, not because of her royal blood, but because she made others feel they mattered. One rainy evening, her guards advised her to stay in. The roads are muddy, and it's dangerous, they warned. But the princess gently smiled. Perhaps someone's sorrow is stuck in that very mud, she said, and left with an umbrella. She reached a small hut where a sick child lay in fever. His mother sat helplessly by his side, too poor to buy medicine. Without saying a word, the princess gave her shawl to the mother, her water to the child, and ran back to the palace to fetch medicine herself. Word spread like wildfire. That night, the princess didn't just bring relief, she brought dignity, hope, and warmth. And the city whispered again. She doesn't just heal wounds, she carries them as her own. One night, as the stars blinked quietly over the city, the princess couldn't sleep. She stood by her window, watching the night hush the world. Suddenly, she noticed a small shadow near the palace gate. She stepped outside. There, by the wall, lay a tiny cloth bag. Inside it, a piece of bread, a flower, and a folded letter. It read, "Dear Princess, we are poor. We cannot give gold or gems. But this bread is the first we saved for you, for the day you brought medicine for my mother. May God bless you." Tears welled up in the princess's eyes. She didn't need golden crowns. She had just received the richest treasure. A gift wrapped in gratitude, sealed with love. The next day, she ordered a grand meal not for the nobles, but for the city's forgotten. She sat with children and elders, served food with her hands, and listened to their stories. When a child asked, "Are you really a princess?" she replied, "Yes, but only because of people like you." Script 4, the girl in the shadows. In a quiet, neglected corner of the city, there lived a shy little girl named Layla. She would often peek from behind a broken wall as the princess passed by, but she never came close. One day, the princess stopped. She looked directly at Layla and softly said, "Would you tell me your name?" Layla hesitated, then whispered, "I'm no one important. I'm from the slums. I don't deserve your attention." The princess stepped closer, knelt down, and held her hand. "You're important to me. Where you're from doesn't define who you are. Your heart does." That moment changed everything. Layla was invited to the palace. The princess gave her books, warm meals, and, most importantly, confidence. Later, the princess opened a community center where children from the streets could learn, play, and grow. And who led the first class? Layla, the girl in the shadows, had found her light. All because the princess believed she was worthy of love. Script 5. The crown of hearts, the kingdom buzzed with excitement. It was announced that the princess would be crowned as Queen. The palace gleamed. Trumpets echoed. Rich garments were prepared. But when the moment came, the princess stepped forward and gently said, if being queen means ruling with gold and distance. Then I choose not to wear that crown. Gasps filled the hall, but before anyone could speak, a group of children, mothers, and elders entered. In their hands, they held a crown, not of gold, but of wildflowers and woven threads. One old woman placed it on the princess's head. This, she said, is the crown made of hearts you've touched. Wear this, our true queen. The crowd stood still, then slowly began to clap, weep, and kneel. And so, without a throne, without royal robes, the princess became the true queen of her people, not just the princess of the city, but the queen of every heart.